Lying on the fact that she was pregnant with the president's child, she arrogantly went to the president's home to declare her sovereignty, but unexpectedly mistook the president's wife for her future mother-in-law. She opened her mouth and announced that she was pregnant, and asked the woman to help her drive away the legal wife. The woman was so angry that she was speechless, but she did not reveal the truth. Instead, she went along with the scheming woman's words and pretended to be the mother-in-law. She even invited the scheming woman into the house and suggested preparing a lavish wedding for her and the president. Hearing this, the scheming woman immediately called her mom and asked whether the president and his wife had not divorced yet, and if the president knew about this. The woman reassured her and told her not to worry, saying she planned to give the man a surprise, so she told her not to tell the president either, and that she would take care of the divorce arrangements herself. The scheming woman was overjoyed upon hearing this, and quickly promised she would honor her well in the future. Little did she know, the woman before her was the very legal wife she spoke of. It turned out that not long ago, the woman accidentally discovered that her husband was using business trips to date the scheming woman. But what she never expected was that the very next day, the scheming woman boldly came to her door, planning to confront the mother-in-law while the president and his wife were away. But instead, she mistook the legal wife for the mother-in-law. The scheming woman directly used her unborn child to negotiate with the woman, seeing that she truly believed she was the mother-in-law. The woman decided to take this chance to deal with her. So, when the scheming woman requested to move into the villa, the woman gladly agreed, and even gave her the master bedroom. The next day, the woman prepared an evaluation document for a wealthy family's daughter-in-law, and had the scheming woman start learning the etiquette of such a role, facing the strict evaluation standards, including the demand to have 4 children within a year. The scheming woman was instantly dumbfounded. She originally wanted to complain to the woman, but the next second, she heard the woman say that the evaluation wasn't decided by her alone. The entire family would judge her when the time came, if she didn't want to complete it. There were plenty of other candidates for the wealthy daughter-in-law position. Hearing this, the scheming woman panicked. To officially become the wealthy family's daughter-in-law, she could only grit her teeth and agree. Seeing this, the woman instantly became more cordial and handed her over to the butler for training. But not long after, the scheming woman couldn't stand the strict training. She complained to the woman that the butler was too harsh, and even used her pregnancy as leverage to threaten her. But the woman remained unmoved. She once again put on the airs of a mother-in-law and demanded the scheming woman continue her training. Then she tempted her with a family heirloom bracelet. Sure enough, when the scheming woman heard it was worth millions, she instantly became fawning and willingly accepted the training, even gritting her teeth to study the Fu family's ancestral rules. Until one day, the woman finally investigated the scheming woman's background and learned she had vain yet prideful parents. The woman instantly came up with a good idea. When the scheming woman came to complain again, she took the initiative to request a meeting with her parents, saying she wanted to discuss the marriage arrangements to make the scheming woman agree willingly. The woman gave her a bracelet bought from a street stall. The scheming woman instantly thought she had earned her mother-in-law's approval and happily went home to tell her parents about meeting the family while hiding the fact that the president was already married. Her greedy parents thought their daughter was marrying into wealth and immediately planned to show off in front of their relatives. The father even arranged it to be during his 60th birthday banquet. When the woman learned of this, she readily agreed and said she would definitely send them a grand gift. On the day of the banquet, the scheming woman flaunted that her bracelet was worth millions, claiming it was a wealthy family heirloom, leaving the relatives stunned. Little did she know, everything was being watched by the woman. The woman sneered at her stupidity, thinking to herself that the show was about to begin. Just then, a landlady barged into the banquet carrying a basin of water, and the next second splashed it onto the scheming woman. She immediately cursed her for being shameless, for destroying someone else's family, and asked if their whole family had no shame. Hearing this, the scheming woman instantly felt guilty. At this moment, the guests began murmuring among themselves. The scheming woman's father became furious and demanded to know if the landlady had any proof for her accusations. Hearing this, the landlady remained calm, then handed over the evidence she had collected in advance to her father. The old couple were shocked upon seeing it. unable to believe their daughter was another woman outside the marriage. The father raised his hand and slapped her. Everyone began pointing and whispering about her. The actress landlady, seeing she had completed her task, gave the scheming woman a warning before leaving, then turned and walked away from the banquet and went back to report to the woman. Seeing that her parents were already furious, the woman knew it was time to appear. The scheming woman was still struggling desperately, trying to call the woman to testify for her. Just at that moment, the woman made a powerful entrance. The scheming woman thought she had found her savior and tearfully complained to her, asking the woman to clear her name and say she wasn't the president's mistress. Little did she know, the woman was the one who had orchestrated her downfall.